Good morning, Dawn. We seem to have a bit of an issue today.
Yep.
What's happened here?
My cooker's exploded.
The glass top for the cooker has disintegrated into a million pieces, hasn't it? Basically, this morning you got up, we did breakfast as normal. We were actually expecting a visit from somebody we got to know called Ian, who's popped down. He came down in his camper van. They're building their own wide beam boat up, so he's been following us on YouTube and things. So they popped down to say hello. And we were just sort of starting to have our breakfast, and there was an almighty
bang.
And the top of the cooker's disintegrated.
Yeah.
Which, to be honest, out of all the things we've bought for this boat, that's probably about the most disappointing thing we've had, isn't it?
It is. It's
two of the knobs were never fitted properly when it arrived, and we kind of had to glue them on. And then when you use the grill, what do you have to do?
Keep my finger on it.
But basically,
keep button pressed in.
Have to hold the button in. And the unfortunate thing is, obviously, the way I built the kitchen is that cooker is built into the unit. So if we were to just say, well, we'll get a completely different one, it more or less means rebuilding the whole kitchen, which means kind of new worktop, which obviously we made from this old school desk.
Yeah.
So it's not just a simple task of taking a cooker out and putting a new one in.
No.
So I think there's going to be stern words to Thetford after this bank holiday, isn't there?
But I have researched it, and I can buy a new top.
Well,
but it is expensive, my own, isn't it? And it's not a cheap cooker to start off with.
And I don't think we'll be buying one. I think we'll be expecting them to sort it out, because at the end of the day, that is not supposed to happen to a cooker, is it?
No, you wouldn't think so, would you? You definitely wouldn't think so.
Anyway.
Tidy up time.
Tidy up time. Put the kettle on, and we'll see what we're up to later today then. These were our first visitors of the afternoon, and it's Dawn's mum, Pam, along with Dawn's sister Bobby Jo, her husband David, and their lad Carson. For various reasons, this was the first time Pam had actually managed to visit the boat since we bought it. She was really impressed and loved her little journey down the canal. She's now on the lookout for a millionaire toy boy who'll buy a narrowboat and take her around the country. We then had a visit from my daughter, Kate, and her boyfriend, Hayden. Not only is it good to see all these people, it's also the perfect opportunity to get that boat out and take it for an extra little run. As we got closer to the evening, we decided that we would move on and find a different mooring for the night. As we went along, it gave us some spectacular sunset images, and we also had some good sightings of the swans, and also what I believe is a great crested grebe. It had no fear of us and stayed fairly close to the boat for a good few minutes. By the following morning, I was starting to get itchy feet. You know what I'm like, I always need to be doing something, and I'd spent the last few days just relaxing, which, as beautiful it is to just sit and do nothing, I find I have to be doing something to be really happy. So after we'd had the obligatory breakfast, yep, the full fry up once again, out came the tools, and I had to crack on with a little project. This is only a very brief edited highlights of what I did, and obviously I'm not going through any instructions as to what I was doing or why I was doing it. What I will do is make a similar one of these at a later date, and I'll put that video on my other channel, the South Yorkshireman channel, where I show the detailed restoration and builds of things that I do in my spare time. Well, yesterday were a bit of a disastrous day then, weren't it?
Yep.
You know, a bit of a disaster with the actual kitchen, with that cooker exploding. And it seems it's not the first person that's happened to, is it? We put a little post on one of the forums, and loads of people are saying how disappointed they are with similar sort of items, aren't they? So something we're going to have to look into when we get back. But then we had a nice afternoon because we had some family and friends visitors, didn't we? So that was nice. But we didn't do a great deal of filming. But today we're just going to have a nice little day, aren't we? Doing a few little pottering about and a bit of fun, just to enjoy ourselves. So you're going to do a bit of carving, aren't you? So you need a bit of wood. So we've got this little dead standing wood here. So you're going to cut a few bits off that.
I'm going to try.
With our little saw. And as you've probably just seen, I've made myself what's often referred to as either a hobo stove or a firebox stove from an old fire extinguisher. This is what I needed the grinder for when I couldn't let Lee borrow the battery. Yeah. Cutting fire extinguishers down to make little stoves. But because the bottom's plastic, I need to put some soil or sand in the bottom so that it don't burn that plastic as we set fire to it. And get put in. So that's got the sand to above the height of where the plastic is, so that'll be perfect. Just need a few twigs now to burn in there. Oh, you're struggling, love. You'll get a few twigs, I'll cut that. Come on, you put me a few twigs.
It'll be Christmas bit time I get back. We want some twigs?
Yeah, just some nice kindling stuff that'll set the fire going easily. And you're thinking of making some kind of kitchen implement for these, aren't you?
Yeah.
Want a big chunky bit as well in case you get nice and brave and think you're going to make something big and spectacular.
I'll put it on board anyway.
I think then that should do us. Because we are right next to here anyway, I'm moored up just up there, so if you need any more bits and bobs, we can come and grab them. Right, I'm going to go and try my new bike out for the first proper time. But I'm only going down towpath because I need to go and get an helmet and things, don't I? Yeah. So I'm not really going to be going on any roads or anything until I'm sorted, and I'll not be speeding along or anything. I'm going to go and give it a little test. You can crack on with your carving.
I will.
See you in a little while.
Yep. Peter bought me these for my birthday. Love them. Absolutely love them. That's to carve your spoons. That's for detail work. And that's for taking bulk off. So that's what we'll start with. Got my safety gloves. Non-cut gloves. If not, I think I'd bleed at some point. What I've found is it's better to take a little tiny bit off than a big bit. It's not as hard work. But these knives are sharp.
Thought you'd have had that done by now.
Oh, I'm trying.
It's getting there. It's looking like a bit of shape. I'm happy with bike. It's alright.
Good.
Can go up hills and down hills without getting out of puff.
That's alright then. It's got to be time for you to put kettle on.
Put kettle on?
Yeah.
I could use my new stove.
You could. Thirsty work this, you know.
It looks it. Brews up then.
Thank you.
I'd not thought about having to burn paint off my stove first.
Oh, yeah, that wouldn't be
So,
right good, would it?
So that one we made with the good old fashioned gas oven. We're not mentioning that oven now because it's
No.
in the bad books today, isn't it? And we'll probably be in the bad books for quite some time to come. But yeah, well, I'll let that stove thing I've made cool down, the firebox cool down, and I'll clean it over with a bit of sandpaper or a wire brush, and then it'll be good to go for a proper burn later. But just doing that test fire in it, you can see just how hot it's getting.
Yeah,
It'll definitely work as like boiling kettle or frying a bit of bacon or cooking a stew or something. How's your spoon coming on then? Is it a spoon that you're doing? Yeah. Kind of starting to get the indentation. This is one of the things you've already learnt, isn't it? You're best doing the indentation before you do any shape.
Yeah,
while
because
you've still
you
got
can't
something
hold it, can you?
chunky to hold on to. Yeah. We're at a good birthday present then.
Yeah.
Keeping you quiet.
It is, yeah.
You know what's going to keep you even quieter? Cleaning all this lot up when you've done.
I know, leave no trace.
Leave no trace. So every last bit will have to be picked up.
Oh, you can put it in back with your log burner.
Exactly, it'll do as kindling. Yeah, I think we're kind of early afternoon now, aren't we? And we'll perhaps stay here another couple of hours and then maybe move on to a different destination for this evening, shall we?
Yeah.
See where we fancy going, because we've got to be back at the mooring by really sort of tomorrow afternoon, aren't we? Tomorrow's the last day of the holidays, back to work the day after. So.
Yeah.
And when we get back to the mooring, we've got the boring bits and bobs to do, sorting washing and things out. So. But for now, we'll enjoy his brew and enjoy his carving.
Yeah.
This is the life.
Says, did you say work on Thursday?
Don't mention the W word. Sure enough, a couple of hours later, we decided it was time to move on and find a different mooring for the night. We'd not bothered filming any of the journey to the next mooring, as it was just covering part of the canal we'd already done. However, as we got to one of the locks, the midges were so bad that Dawn had to cover up completely. The midges do like to bite Dawn. Fortunately, they stay away from me though. Once we had moored up, I decided it was time to give my little stove another try. The basic theory to how it works is that there's plenty of ventilation and only a small burning chamber, so you only need to use small twigs to give off a lot of heat. And as you'll see, there was enough heat there to boil the kettle, no problem at all. So that made us the perfect cuppa. Our last one of the evening before settling down before the last night of our holiday. So there you have it, a fitting end to our trip out.
Yeah.
Just coming through Rotherham floodlock, and they've literally just this morning lifted the actual guillotine part into place. So we're the very first boat to go underneath it.
Yeah.
And it didn't fall on us. So that's a great bonus. But we have had a cracking best part of a week out, haven't we?
Yeah, we have. It's been amazing.
We've had lots of laughs, lots of nice food, a few drinks. We did have a drama with the cooker,
We're not going to let that
but
spoil
we're not
it.
going there with that today. I think though you need to nip inside and grab your spoon. Your spoon that you were carving, because we never really finished showing that. Not that it's finished, but you'll see in a minute.
It's got a spoon.
Yes, we've had a really good time. We met up with a few different friends while we were out there. Some from our moorings, some general friends, some people we've got to know through YouTube. We got recognised a couple of times, which is always a bit weird, you know, when people say, "Oh, I watch you." There a van pulled up next to us, didn't it, at Sprotbrook?
Yeah.
Kind of went, "I watch you on YouTube." Like, what do you kind of say?
I know.
Oh, thank you. So yeah, there's your spoon.
Well, it's sort of.
It's getting there, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's sort of roughly spoon shaped. In the evenings to come, you can finish that off. Yeah, we've had a lovely time. Hopefully everybody's enjoyed watching us. If you have done, give us the good old thumbs up. If you haven't, give us the thumbs down. Hey ho. Leave us a comment. Let us know what you've thought of these couple of videos that we've put out of our trip. Do you want to see more of us out on the boat? Do you want to see less of us out on the boat? Do you want to see more of the cooking that we did? Kind of the off-grid cooking and things, and you know, let's see how we go this year. See what 2022 has in store for boating on a budget. Because forever we will be winging it.
Always.
So thanks for watching then, folks, and we'll see you all next time. Bye bye.
What about ding a bell?
Oh, we forgot to ding the bell. Anybody who's still watching, don't forget to ding the bell. That gives you notifications each time we put a video on. I think we've done that though, haven't we?
Yeah.
Thanks for watching then, folks. Bye bye.